Welcome everyone in this first tutorial for chapter metals and non-metals. Well, in terms of metals and non-metals, you are already aware of what is a metal and what is a non-metal. In the previous videos which I have shared with you, those videos contains complete information in terms of physical, that is ductility, brittleness, malleability, etc., properties, lustrous, sonorous. It gives you the information of all these things. But now, before starting over that thing, first of all, you should know human beings. For human beings, the first metal after Stone Age, after completion of Stone Age, the first metal which was available for them was copper, and that age was known as Brass Age. Brass Age, they used utensils made up of copper. They used all the materials made up of copper, even weapons and huge amount of things made up of metal, copper. But as we move further, we were able to discover more metals like Iron Age. Right now we are living in Iron Age, and I should not say only Iron Age because it is not the only metal which is available to us. There are 118 elements available in the periodic table. 118 elements which are known to us. Out of these 118 elements, some are naturally existing, जो हमें नेचर में अवेलेबल होते हैं, and few are synthetic. Synthetic means they are made in laboratory. After experimentation, they were created. So only we were able to create 118 elements. Now, these 118 elements are bifurcated, or you can say grouped in three categories. These three categories are metals, non-metals, and metalloids. Metal, non-metal, and metalloids. In terms of metals, how can we say it is a metal? Metal reacts with water, so does non-metal also. There are multiple things which react with the water. So how can we say things will not react with water, or how can we diagnose it, or how can we know what is what? So in order to understand it very clearly, we have a very clear definition for these things. Elements which can form positive ions. Elements which can form positive ions are cations. You from your 9th class you already know cations means those elements which can donate electron. For example, Sodium by giving one electron can become Na positive. Sodium as positive. So it is able to give one electron. Those which can give one electron and become positive, they are cations. In terms of non-metals, elements which can form negative ions. Negative ions means anions. Negative ion means anions. Anions. Remember from 9th class you have seen this example, chlorine. Chlorine can take one electron and it can form Cl negative. This negative is the negative ion, and hence chlorine is a non-metal. Similarly, oxygen and other gases. So this is the definition for metals, non-metals, and now what about metalloids? Metalloids are those elements which behave as a metal and as a non-metal in both situations. Like I will give you an example. First of all, say thank you to silicon, germanium, or all these you can say metalloids, because these metalloids are the reason the device which you are holding in your hand, the mobile which you are handling, the laptop, the TV screen, whatever LED or whatever electronic device you are using, say thanks to silicon, because it is only possible because of silicon and germanium. Okay, so metalloids behave like both. For example, if I take silicon and if I give an amount of 2 to 3 milliampere current, it will not allow it to pass. वो कंडक्ट नहीं होने देगा उसे. For 2 to 3 milliamperes or 4 or 5 milliamperes, there are some pure form of silicon can range up to 10 milliamperes also. It will not allow it to pass through it. But as we increase the amount of current, as we increase the amount of current from its threshold value. Threshold value means एक वैल्यू होती है जिसके बाद वो रोक सकता है, जिस वैल्यू तक वो रोकेगा. Once it is above threshold, once it is above threshold, it will just simply jog in the globe. It's simply like it's a gate. एक दरवाजा है, उसके ऊपर एक दो तीन लोग आके गेट बजा रहे हैं, प्लीज हमें अंदर आने दो. The gatekeeper said no, I will not allow you. Thus it said no, मैं आप सबको रोक सकता हूँ. But the moment 100 people standing in front of gate, he will simply say वो गायब हो जाएगा, जाओ जिसको जाना है जाओ. Simply that is the way how silicon works. So silicon will not allow electricity to pass through it or heat to pass through it till a limit of time or till a limit of value. But after that it will allow conduction of heat or current both. So that is the reason metalloids behave like both. That is sometimes they are metal in certain conditions and they are used as non-metals in another condition. Okay, so these are the three categories which we have. Okay, when we are talking about chemical properties, now I haven't written physical properties because I want you to again reminding you, I have shared two videos of metal and non-metal, which were initially created for class 8, but they are same for you also. So watch those two videos and it will clear all doubts about physical properties. It have all the information you need for the physical properties. Now the thing is, the main thing for you is chemical properties. How things behave in the terms of chemistry. So when we are talking about chemical properties, first of all, the first thing which we need to study, especially in metals, is reaction with oxygen. When we are talking about chemical property, reaction with oxygen. Why? Now the question arises. As I say, everything has why, when, where, and how. Why do we need to study about this reaction with oxygen? We have to study about this reaction with oxygen because approximately all metals corrode. Approximately all metals corrode except a few noble metals. Okay, gold, platinum, अगर इनको इग्नोर करते हैं तो उसके अलावा बाकी सारे के सारे जो हमारे metals हैं वो सब के सब corrode होते हैं. That means they react with oxygen to form something other or to form some stable form. When a metal is refined, for example, when iron is refined, जब iron को बिल्कुल clear सा pure आपके पास iron होता है, which we call it as wrought iron or pig iron also. This pig iron is so soft. ये इतना soft होता है कि अगर आपके हाथ में इसकी छड़ी होगी, if you are holding a bar of it, you can just twist it with your hands. You can turn it with your bare hands. Normal कोई मशीन नहीं चाहिए, आप ऐसे हाथ से उसे मोड़ सकते हैं. It is so soft. And it is so reactive. It is so reactive that आप उसे बस एक दिन के लिए खुले हवा में छोड़ दीजिए. It will become tarnish. It will show reddish brown color on its surface because the surface will start getting rust. Sodium. If I take the example of sodium, sodium is that element जिसको मैं हवा में यहाँ रख नहीं सकता. It has to sodium, potassium. These are highly reactive metals which have to be stored, which are necessary to be stored inside kerosene. Because if they are not stored in kerosene, if they are stored in open, they will start burning. They will form oxide. हवा में जो ऑक्सीजन मिलेगी इसी से रिएक्ट कर जाएंगे और सेकंड्स में रिएक्शन will be in seconds. Example के तौर पे cesium. Now cesium is a group first element. Cesium is not available on Earth in normal way. It has to be created first of all. Cesium को create करना पड़ता है और cesium को create करने के बाद 20 minutes is half life. 20 मिनट के अंदर वो खत्म, आधा खत्म. Suppose if I created 1 kg of cesium and it is kept here in 20 minutes, वो अपनी जो 1 किलो का आधा किलो रह जाएगा. Next 20 minutes, it's boom. So that is the way how metal reacts, and they does react with oxygen. So that is the reason we need to understand how the reaction is. Because whatever we study, we have to apply that knowledge in industry. हम जो भी स्टडी करते हैं हम उसको कहीं ना कहीं अप्रोच यूज करते हैं, उसे इंडस्ट्री में कहीं ना कहीं किसी एप्लीकेशन में यूज करते हैं. सपोज मैंने आयरन को किसी एप्लीकेशन में यूज किया, आई मेड अ बॉयलर, ठीक है, पानी गर्म करने के लिए बॉयलर बनाया मैंने उससे. Now if I don't know the property of iron that it will react with oxygen and water and it will rust, अगर मुझे पता ही ना हो और मैंने बॉयलर बना दिया, within 6 months of its construction, चाहे कितनी मोटी लेयर क्यों ना थी, within 6 months of its construction it will deteriorate. क्या फायदा होगा? So in order to understand things or make things, we need to understand how the things react with certain things. Okay, so that is the first thing which we understand here is reaction with oxygen. Approximately all metals react with oxygen to give metal oxide. They react with oxygen to form metal oxide. How? For example, sodium plus oxygen. Okay, now here you have to remember the things related to the valency. Oxygen has valency of 2, sodium has valency of 1. Remember, आप लिखते थे, क्रॉस करते थे, 2 इससे मल्टीप्लाई होगा, 1 इससे मल्टीप्लाई होगा. So what we receive here is Na2O. Now in order to balance this, अगर मुझे बैलेंस करना है तो बैलेंस करने के लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा, मुझे यहाँ पे 2 लगाना पड़ेगा. और because oxygen is not at all हमें nascent oxygen, this is called normal oxygen. Okay, normal oxygen कभी भी ऐसे नहीं लिखी जाती, वो हमेशा लिखी जाती है O2 के फॉर्म में. अगर कहीं मुझे सिंगल ऑक्सीजन दिखानी है, सिर्फ सिंगल ऑक्सीजन, then it is written in as like this. This is the way to write oxygen in the nascent form. Means मेरे पास सिर्फ एक atom, I am allowing oxygen to react atom by atom. Then we can write this. Otherwise, we have to write this O2. Now, how to balance it? You know very well. Balance करने के लिए. Now I have oxygen 2, sodium 2. So अगर मेरे को यहाँ पे ऑक्सीजन डाल दिया है 2, so मैं यहाँ पे फॉर्मूला तो लिख नहीं सकता. I can't write it down here. So where I can amend, I have to write it here. So if I am writing it here, so now I have 2 oxygen and 4 sodium. So in order to write it, I have to remove this 2 and I have to simply write it here 4. 4Na plus O2 gives 2Na2O. That is sodium oxide. Similarly for all the metals, Fe2O3, it can be magnesium, it can be zinc, it can be iron, it can be copper, aluminium, all metals, they all react. Okay, and how they react, you have to check the valency. In 9th class you have studied about valency, how valency things work, how formula is created. वो आपको इसलिए बताया गया था because here you will be able to understand to create a reaction, complete a reaction. मैंने सिंपल एक सोडियम लिखा, एक ऑक्सीजन लिखा. Now I know the valency of sodium is 1, the valency of oxygen is 2. So when I am combining them, oxygen will need 2 sodium and वो बाकी का हम बैलेंस करने का रहेगा बस. Okay, so this is the way how things will work. For example, हम बात करते हैं यहाँ पे जैसे Mg की, Mg plus O2. Now in this case, what happened here? Mg is also having 2 and oxygen is also having 2. 2 plus 2 minus, so ये दोनों कैंसिल हो जाएंगे. So what I will receive here is MgO. MgO. ठीक है, अब मुझे बैलेंस करना होगा. Okay, I have to balance it. Why I have to balance it? Because 2 plus 2 ये तो हमारा बराबर हो जाएगा. अब इस केस में क्या करेंगे, हम क्या कर सकते हैं? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल मुझे इस केस में यहाँ से 2 हटाने पड़ेंगे दोनों. Now as per valency it will become MgO. अब इसे मुझे बैलेंस करना है, मुझे यहाँ पर लिखना होगा 2, यहाँ लिखना होगा मुझे 2 और फिर मुझे यहाँ भी करना होगा 2 और यहाँ भी करना होगा. Okay, so what will happen? Sorry, not 2 भी चलो. Sorry, I don't need 2 here. So what will happen here is I have 2 Mg, 2 oxygen, I will receive 2 MgO. That is तो मेरे पास यहाँ पर ऑक्सीजन के यहाँ भी 2 हैं, यहाँ भी 2 हैं. मैग्नीशियम के मेरे पास यहाँ भी 2 हैं और यहाँ पर भी 2 हैं. So it is 2 Mg plus O2 gives 2 MgO. So this is the way how things will work here. Now, whatever be the thing, it will react with oxygen to give oxide. And whenever this oxide, अब इस ऑक्साइड को मैं जब भी पानी के साथ ट्रीट करूंगा, whenever this oxide is treated with water, it will always give rise to a base. Okay, so अगर मेरा कोई भी बेस बनना है, if I have to create any base, वो बेस कहां से आएगा मेरा? मेटल से. Only metal will give rise to a base. Okay, and if it is an acid, that acid will always be given rise by a non-metal. Acid हमेशा मेरा non-metal से आएगा और बेस मेरा हमेशा metal से आएगा. Understood? अब ये तो था मेरा तरीका इस तरह से. जब मैंने मेटल को पहले ऑक्सीजन से रिएक्ट किया, फर्स्ट आई allowed it to react with oxygen, then I allowed it to react with water. What if I directly allow it to react with water? What will happen? अगर मैंने सीधा पानी से रिएक्शन allow कर दी, then what will happen? Things will happen drastically. Look at this reaction. You have already studied about this thing. Na plus H2O. You know, any metal when treated with water, they will make a salt and will release hydrogen gas. It will make a salt and release hydrogen gas. Now this salt will be, in this case, the salt produced will be a base. In this case, the salt produced will be a base. So what can I write here is, in the case of salt, what we have to write. So यहाँ पे हुआ क्या basically, हमारा H2O था, it will bifurcate in OH plus H. ये हमारा दो टुकड़ों में बढ़ जाता है, OH and H. So OH is a negative part, H is a positive part. Now, because Na is always positive, and you, by your knowledge, you all know positive always is attracted by negative. Positive repel, positive negative they attract. So this OH will be attracted by this Na. So what will be formed here is NaOH. Rest is hydrogen. Now there is nothing left for hydrogen to attach to it. So वो वेट करेगा नेक्स्ट हाइड्रोजन के रिएक्शन, नेक्स्ट वाटर मॉलिक्यूल के सोडियम से रिएक्शन का. फ्रॉम नेक्स्ट रिएक्शन व्हाट विल हैपन? One hydrogen was produced. Let me do it in another way. When one atom reacted with water molecule, it created this. When another thing react, it will again give rise to plus H. Adding these two reactions, what I will receive here is twice of Na plus twice of H2O, twice of Na, twice of H2O. It gives twice of NaOH plus H2. H plus H plus it will form H2. It will form a bond and the hydrogen gas will be released out. This is the way how things work in terms of oxygen and water. Okay, first in your book go through all the reactions which you can find between metals and water and metals and oxygen. Then we will proceed further for the next reactions. Thank you. Have a good day.